Music. Music. Welcome to Tavern Talk. We are a full spoiler live talk show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan. Joining me as always is my brother Dance Machine and the Gleeman. And today we have a special guest, but let me tell you what we're going to talk about first. There's been a major announcement. Major, big news coming out of iWoT Studios. Just when we thought things could not get any better, all of a sudden, boom, fantasy news that we get to talk about. And Dan, first off, Dan, you barely made it. Good job. We've had
technical
gremlins. Yeah.
It's the worst. I hate it.
You would think we'd get this figured out by now, Dan. But hey,
who knows?
After 6 years, we're still snafooing. But speaking of snafus, we have a special guest. Let's bring him in right now. You know him, you love him. Tom DeSimone. And you are muted, my friend.
My bad. Hello.
All right. Tom, I expect better. You're a
How
are you?
Doing well. We're having a great time. You know, it's Sunday night. Tavern Talk is live. We have some of our old favorites in chat. It's always good to see everybody. But yeah, we're trying to figure out, before we started this show, Jansen and I were just talking about, how do we do this? We don't want to just sit here being negative. That's not what we really want to be about. So,
you're not going to like my comments.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're allowed, everyone's allowed to their opinions, but let's, I almost want to just okay, yeah, we all know, yeah. I mean, all of this is just confusing to me. Last I heard, oh no, everyone got fired from the Wheel of Time video game, and we all thought the video game is not happening. Well, apparently it still is. And then now apparently everyone, if you don't know, iWoT Studio just announced that they are partnering up with Arcane Studios. I think not the studio that made the animated series Arcane, and they're making an animated Wheel of Time series, which I can't tell you how excited I am. And universally, this is the one thing we've heard from every guest, everybody who's ever been on our show talking about what they want to see, how they wish this was going down, blah, blah. Everyone said, we want animated. And now we're getting it. And I'm so excited. Apparently, there's also 3 movies. So we're talking 3 movies, animated series. They're promising. But also, iWoT has a history of promising big stuff. They promised that they're going to give us a massive MMO RPG that involved the entire story of Wheel of Time, and they're going to come out in like 2 years.
You got to go back to the beginning, though. That's not even the beginning. You got to go back to 2008, which was the first time they talked about doing a video game. And it's so long ago that it was literally for the Wii, like the Nintendo Wii.
Gross.
that was the first iteration of their. And I hate to just be negative, but these guys have been literally talking about making WoT things for more than 20 years now, and the only thing they've made is Winter Dragon and a lawsuit against Harriet.
Yeah, okay.
All right. The Winter Dragon is very interesting because I was doing a little research, and I don't have my phone because I have to record on my phone instead of on my computer. But I had this Reddit page pulled up. So apparently, iWoT, or it was Red Eagle, iWoT owns the Wheel of Time rights in perpetuity. It's theirs because in the contract it said if they got something on TV they could have it, or something along those lines. And so that's why that FXX thing at 1:30 in the morning that only aired once with the amazing Billy Zane. That is why that caused the entire franchise to be owned by these 2 men who bought it for, I think, for $600,000, which was a good deal for them. Yeah,
partially right. That's part. It's not in perpetuity, which means forever. There's always a time frame on those things, and the time frame on the thing is why they made Winter Dragon. If they didn't make a honest attempt, and Jensen knows how this works, if they didn't make an honest attempt at making something for television, the rights would revert back to the estate. And Winter Dragon was them trying to, I'm trying to take my opinion out of it, was them saying that they were making an honest attempt at making a show with that pilot episode, is what they called it.
Yeah.
And then they sued. Yeah, and then they sued Harriet for defamation and to hold on to the rights. But the lawsuit was withdrawn.
Crazy. That's when it gets crazy. And so, okay, I know. So how do we like butter this toast? How do we like?
Well, Harriet has certainly amended things a bit because she was an executive producer. They didn't need to have her involved at all. They chose to.
Wait, what are we talking about? What are we
talking about with the Amazon, the Wheel on Prime?
Yeah, but iWoT and Red Dragon had nothing to do with that.
Their
names were on it in not even executive, but in producer credit only.
From what I understand, they have amended a little bit, at least professionally. Is this wrong?
From a standpoint of like what I know on the inner workings of things, I have heard no difference in their change in anything since 2009, 2008.
I mean, I've read a lot about them, and from everything that I can gather is, before they're obviously, Wheel of Time fans or anything like that, these guys are businessmen. This was a business transaction. They're looking for a return. And here's the thing, the reason why they're looking at the animated series announcing this shit is because they're waiting for investors to come in. They're trying to figure out whoever's going to give them the most money that they can, because they know that they're going to make more money off of kids playing a video game than they are going to offer any of us who want to actually see this entire series actually put on a game or on an animated series, and they're doing it. They're trying to do it right because they're going to do one of them first, so the next one will make them even more money. That's the only reason they're doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, because I've looked up everything about some of these guys, and some of these guys don't do anything. Like at all. Like nothing. I was looking.
It's two people. It's two people specifically. Larry, and it's funny because of his last name, Larry Mandragon. And
that can't be real, right? That can't be real.
That's how he's always been introduced. That's his name on all his stuff.
That can't be real.
Maybe he has a pet. I don't know. And then Rick Selvig are the two people that are involved.
And I've looked up Rick Selvig a lot about his stuff, a lot of the companies, like because I'm like, with my IMD membership, and like going into everything, I've found every production company that he's been affiliated with, and like. I don't see a lot coming out. Now, there's a little bit, but I don't see a lot of work coming out. Like, and yeah, I mean, and I'm going to be honest with anybody who's listening. Yes, I was probably the very last person to be positive about this show. And there's a lot of reasons for that.
The Amazon show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One of the biggest reasons is because I am an actor by trade, and the opportunity for me to express my craft with something that I love as much as this would have made me extremely invested in it.
Oh yeah. And then just the stuff like it being made in the first place, whether or not you agree with choices they made, blah, 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 whatever. It just being made in the first place just increases the likelihood of more things like it being made in the future.
So for me,
yes,
I want any content that I can see about the Wheel of Time because it makes me want to watch it.
I agree. I'm just my big caveat on this specific thing with the iWoT thing is they've been promising this specifically a video game and an animated movie, either in a animated films accompanied by an animated series or vice versa. And for like almost 20 years at this point. And like at some point, you got to just let someone else do it if you're not going to do it.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. They're very good at just planting on this whole franchise.
Wait, so Glenn right here says the entire fandom should collectively come together and raise money to buy the rights out from under iWoT. It would be like the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Like we all owned it.
Yeah, but then you'd have people battling to be on the chair on the chairman of it.
Oh man, I want Tom there.
I'm gonna put a pin in that for right now, and I'll get back to y'all on that.
So let's talk about this announcement. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna revert back to the whole thing. Like, regardless, there's still, whether we want to like bet our future 401k money on this or not, there is a chance that something good comes out of this. And
there is a chance, but so here's the fun and the bad thing at the same time with this announcement is this was announced that Thomas Boo is the guy who does Arcane and League of Legends, right? Boo 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 boo. And so that was the Arcane was considered the most expensive television series ever. Like even live action. Like each episode, I think cost about $14 million to make. The entire series so far has cost about $250 million for its 2-season, 18-episode run.
Absolutely.
Well, why not then? I mean, fuck them then.
I'll tell you exactly why not. I can tell you an exact reason why not. Very simple. Arcane is based off of one of the most popular video games and one of the highest grossing video games ever made that continues to make money year after year after year after year, coming from one of the highest, actually the richest video game company in the world, Tencent. That's why it's not going to get that much.
I'll give you even better reason.
Yeah.
Marvel right now Marvel will not make a show longer than 8 episodes right now. And we are talking about, and there are 100 times more fans for Marvel stuff than there are for the Wheel of Time, even probably more than that. And they won't even put that much money. They won't even give a budget for stuff like that. So I mean, Wonder Man was probably like,
so good.
Did you see the trailer? Did you see me in the trailer?
Yes, I was like, is that my motherfucker? I thought I recognized you. I was gonna send a message. I was like, is that?
Yeah, dude.
I was like, I feel like if that was him, I would have known already. Like, I feel like I would have heard. And I didn't want to be I didn't want it to be like messaging you and being like, no, I just confused you for another black guy that looked just like you.
Yeah, when they introduced Ben Kingsley, I'm in the corner serving it.
That's what I thought. I thought it was you. Oh, that's so
awesome.
fucking awesome. That's so fucking awesome, dude. I was like, oh, no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. I was like, if that was him, we would have known. That's like literally. I had this conversation with Aaron. I was like, if this was Jensen, I would have known this because he would have been talking about it. But you couldn't. You couldn't talk about it.
No, I couldn't. It was super fun.
Oh my god, yeah, that was so cool. That was so cool, man.
I got to meet Ben Kingsley. That was awesome. Awesome day.
Do you know what episode that's in?
That is in the very first episode.
All right, I'm gonna grab a screenshot of it real quick.
Yeah, it's in episode 1.
All right.
Yeah,
good job.
My buddy was like, "Dude, you got to watch the trailer." I was like, "What?" I was like, "They no," and then it was hilarious.
Oh, it's in the trailer too. All right, I'm gonna.
It's in the total. As soon as they introduce Ben Kingsley on the trailer, you can see me right there.
Wait.
Right.
So does that? All right. So does that help you?
You guys want to watch the trailer real quick?
Sure. That helps me all the time, dude.
Yeah. I got you right here. Hold on, I got you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. As soon as they introduce Ben. Yeah, as soon as they introduce Ben Kingsley, I'm in the right-hand corner.
I got a shot. We need sound.
Little music.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. You can throw me up.
Wait, is it ready?
Yeah, it's ready.
All right. Let's bring this down.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit.
All right.
You got this, man.
Such a good show, too. I love this show.
Oh, it's my La La Land, man.
I loved him as like his whole thing, his whole show.
There I am.
My man, right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, come back.
That's hilarious.
There he is, right there. I'm gonna grab a screenshot. Hold on, so you can zoom in.
Oh man.
All right, let's watch the trailer and then we'll watch it. That's awesome.
Anthony, you look good.
Yeah, look good.
Where have I seen him before? Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
This show is surprisingly funny. Surprisingly really funny.
Let's not give him any strange energy.
Their chemistry is awesome.
Writing on this, Simon.
So good.
Why would you say that?
Come in. Mr. Kovac will meet you in the living room.
Amazing.
I love his anxiety too. I can't remember the actor's name.
Totally.
Wonder Man. I love that guy too.
Awesome. Oh yeah, it was great. I love it.
Not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
This is the wall. It's everything. If I get this close and I miss,
I'm gonna need you to sign this to confirm you don't have superpowers.
Who directed this?
That's a good question. I can't remember his name.
Shaw. I was born to play this character. Acting is the sum of everything you've experienced. The joy, sadness, loss, heartbreak.
The Department of Damage Control considers Simon Williams an extraordinary threat.
It had 4 different directors. They did 2 episodes apiece.
Are you gonna use super speed or what?
I'm gonna use my car, Trevor.
Does that mean you do or do not have super speed?
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh no, wait, there's more. Oh no, I thought there was like a little catch at the end, but that was
Yes. Yeah, man.
That
It was
was
super
so
fun
good.
working on that show, man.
I can only imagine. How is like
How long
just
did that? So that shot that just had the him centered, all nicely lit, you in the background. How long did that take?
That was that was a 2-day shoot. And like when we first went down, they didn't tell us what it was for. And then as soon as we walked in, I'm sitting there and I'm talking to one of the stand-ins, and he's like, "Dude, come here, come here." And he's like, "Look at the chair," and it says Marvel. And we're like, "What?" We're like, "What is it, dude?" Like, and we're all trying to get the script. We're like trying to like snake it so we can see. Finally, Ben Kingsley came out, and the producer sat us down and then went over the script with all of us. You know, signed us to secrecy and everything like that. But it was when Yaya came out, I was like, "Oh, it's Wonder Man. This is awesome."
Oh wow!
All right.
But yeah, that was super fun. Super fun.
Here's a totally random question. So, like, they're creating a shot, right? And they got to light everything, and they know you're going to be on the right side. Blah 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 blah. Do you literally like get your own lighting?
Makeup, lighting, everything, because it's like you have to run. We ran those probably like 60 or 70 times, you know, over and over again from different angles, because they had 2 cameras on set, so we had to do it from a bunch of different angles because you don't want to see the other, you know, sides. So we had to do a lot of switches. But yeah, man, like there's the lights everywhere. You got to stay in the same cue when you're walking the same path. Your tape's down. Your you know, my color I think was yellow. I had a yellow stars I had to follow. But yeah, it's you know, and it's being able to see all the chaos and know that it's not chaos is super fun. Like it's just, you know, like you're just part of a cog sometimes, man. You're not the leads or anything like that, man. But it's fun. It's fun.
Hey, Tom, can we go back to just a shot of him on?
Yeah,
screen?
I got it. It's on the thing. If you
okay,
there it is. There it is. There's our man right there.
They even angled it. You can't even see that I have 4 fingers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If they, oh man, people are like, "Look, he's AI."
Yeah,
they got the fingers wrong. Look at the fingers. He's AI.
It looks like you're throwing hands. You're about to like do a little shadow boxing or something.
My thought was like you're gonna like either start dancing or like fighting.
You're gonna slap that guy in the face right there.
No, when I'm actually telling
like,
them,
1 2.
I'm actually telling them because like it's everyone in the whole restaurant knows the guy used to be a terrorist or whatever. And I'm like, I'm like, everything is fine. He's not a terrorist. I'll go get what you need.
Okay. So that's funny. So that's something I always kind of wondered when it comes to like background characters like that. So like you guys, obviously we can't hear you. So like you
the
guys
specificity
lines.
Yeah, the specificity of everything. I mean, it's very specific down to the point where there might be a hole in my sock. Like, so yeah, the specificity is very, very like important. They
but like, you're not telling them anything, right? You're just mouthing it.
Oh no, sometimes it depends on what the show is. If it's like something like this, I'm definitely pantomiming. But if it's like, you know, a cop series show like NCIS or something like that, I'm definitely using words because sometimes they use them. If you're saying less than like 5 words, it's a totally different thing, you know, like, and I've even had times where they've like superimposed another voice on top of me. Like, you know, like
that has to do with like,
well, they don't have to pay me as much, but it's like then when I co-star a show, then it's totally different too. Because it's like, because then I have a stand-in and everything.
They have to pay you a certain amount if you say more than 5 words?
Yeah. It's but then there's a difference. Like after that, you're pretty much a principal, and it's you know.
So a co-star is any lines?
No, a co-star is a guy who comes on, has 1 or 2 scenes, and has like just small banter. And I've done that a bunch of times. That's like, and then you go up to a guest star, you know, and then that means the actual show, part of the show is about you specifically. You're a part of that. Like, you know, like you're going. You know, or something.
Do you want to watch the scene real quick? Like the like.
Oh,
the
I've seen it 1,000 times.
No, I meant. But
yeah,
these guys.
Yeah.
All right. Let me share. I'll share.
Speaking of Galad, the guy who played Galad, I had no idea he was in the One Piece show.
Yep, he's Smoker.
Yep.
Did you watch did anyone watch the UK SNL that premiered yesterday?
No.
Hamed Animation, Loyal was in it.
Oh, wow, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, he's a permanent member of the cast. Really funny. I watched it this morning. Really funny. He was really good.
And Donald Finn is playing Moriarty now.
He's gonna be big. He's gonna be
he's gonna be a huge star.
Oh yeah.
Huge star.
All right.
Do you know what his favorite sauce is when he's eating fish? Tatar. Tatar.
He already are.
Tatar.
All right, so
funny joke.
I'm just gonna put out there. I think we need to do some sort of like reaction to Arcane. How many seasons of Arcane are there, Tom?
1 or 2.
Have you watched them?
Yeah, me. Yeah, I've watched Arcane. Yeah.
So that being said, let me ask all
it?
4 of you. So I would like to think that there's a pretty good chance that if the 4 of us were up against any 4, and probably the world about the Wheel of Time, we could probably destroy them. So our opinions about this, I take very, very high. You know, what do you guys think would be better, an animated series or a video game?
An animated series, absolutely. The world of the Wheel of Time doesn't lend itself very well to the style of open world video games that are currently in that are currently in style. I feel like it would be a vastly different experience of the world of the Wheel of Time than anyone can think of at the moment. Like I don't think it would lend well to it.
It would have to be
what if it was a Souls like fucking hard as shit?
How though? What are you fighting?
I think it would have to be like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh shit! You're stealing horses.
Honestly, I think it would be better with a more story driven, less open world game like a recent game like Jedi Survivor or Jedi Outlaw. Those games they're labeled as open world, but they're not really open world. It's more on rails, and more, and the game is much more about the story than great gameplay, great sword, great lightsaber fighting, great force powers and stuff like that. But it's much more about the story than it is the gameplay. And I feel like the Wheel of Time would do better in that than with a truly open world RPG, because a truly open world RPG, there's just not enough that they could make it any kind of part of the story without degrading it, I feel like. That's just I play a lot of open world games, and coming from games like current open world games, Assassin's Creed Shadows, just came out, Crimson Desert, pretty good game, but people aren't going to want to walk around and help a shopkeep find their lost dog. That's not Wheel of Time.
Yeah,
you're
right. Time. That's true.
And the little things like that aren't going to feel Wheel of Timey. The one power is not easy to do in a video game style that maintains the lore of the one power. They'd have to change it a little bit.
That's true too. That's true.
I just don't think it would lend well to a truly open world RPG. I think it would need to be more of a little bit of an on the rails kind of RPG, like Jedi Outlaw or whatever it's called. The ones with Cal Kestis, the kid with the red hair.
Now here is my idea. Now I know that my idea is very, very unorthodox, and probably no one will have this idea. But the reason it is a third option, and it's not an animated series. Now. I'm a little bit old. Now, I don't know if you guys remember Do you guys remember Xena, Warrior Princess?
Oh yeah, fucking love Xena.
And Hercules, Legendary Journeys. Now, those shows had full ensemble casts that played a lot of the characters that went through a ton of Greek mythology. I mean, probably all of it. And the actors got to work and do a lot of episodes. And I think that the Wheel of Time should be done that way in chapters as like a weekly or bi-weekly show.
Isn't that how only I'm literally just asking for clarification. What is the what is what you're saying different from what Amazon tried to do?
Oh, way lower budget.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So you're saying like a popcorn TV show like Xena. Okay.
Yes, exactly like that. Because you will still be able to get the entire story. They had special effects, they had graphics, they had all kinds of good, cool things, and it was not as spectacular as how Amazon showed Roydeon. Of course not. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But as far as like Wonder Man had a slower budget than Wheel of Time, and they got a great episode out. You know, they didn't really get to the powers and everything till the end.
Yeah. The only problem would be is, are people okay with barely ever seeing the one power?
See, yeah, I agree with that too. But I think, and I mean, they showed magic and stuff in Hercules and
doesn't have to
Xena.
be crazy. Like, no, it doesn't have to be like.
It wasn't crazy. It was.
Yeah. I'm not in Burning Man.
Okay, hold on. Let me describe something to you, and you tell me if you like it. Okay. So we would get a lot of. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just like sodomite. His neighbor wants to milk his gonads. I think concern is maybe the right word for it. Yeah, like
should be a
little positive and negative concern. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's consenting, then it's okay.
Yeah. But we all should be.
At least he asked. That's good. Okay. So what I was thinking with, like, don't get me wrong. I honestly, I don't hate it. Like, I don't immediately hate it. It would depend on when they staged it. Like, you know what? Like a show like that would lend itself well to. The break, like after the breaking, there was like what 3,000 years of like reclamation.
Yes.
Not a lot of the one power. A lot of Aes Sedai are dead. Most of the men are dead.
Almost every guy that Matt has a memory of is alive and walking around the earth.
You don't need a big budget for sets because everything is pretty much destroyed and broken.
You know what? Like I say, just go canonical, man. Like the POV. A non-Chandler. No. Then you just look. Oh yeah. When like they're running away from the Trollocs in book 1, and like Moraine does a fucking wall of fire. That's just like, oh, she throws her hands up. We don't see what's happening, which none of the people do. Literally in the whole, none of them can see but Moraine. We don't need to see all the weaves. We just see the wall of fire. Yeah, that's why I'm fine with that.
I mean,
but it's not going to work if you follow the canonical books because there's just too much that happens that is going to cost way too much money. Winter Night alone would cost an exuberant amount of money.
That's why it did. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's fucking. Okay, so then
I'm not even talking about one power. I'm talking about building the sets, destroying the sets, having 60, 70 Trollocs in costume, Like if it's going to be a low budget, you're getting 2 Trollocs. You're getting a building that gets like pushed over. It's not exploding. True. There's no fire. Like
they're like talking Star Trek, fucking. But
we're talking Xena Warrior Princess, fucking Kevin Sorbo, Hercules budget level shit.
So how is any good television being made at all then, Tom?
AI, dude.
Obstacle day.
Well, they cost way much more money than people are willing to put up right now for this type of shit. I don't know why.
It would have been awesome if they would have done this in claymation 30 years ago.
Oh my god! See, that's why. Listen, Wheel of Time lends itself way more better to animation, and I would much prefer animation for it because
it has to. You're right.
I mean, it's like only because 2 Trollocs. That's what it would look like.
You can do everything.
The only thing is like if we were able to get a live action show with the appropriate budget, with good actors and good writers and everyone, you know, the whole cast and crew, everyone great. Like if we would have had the Amazon show by season 3 get an influx of money and keep going, it would have been great. But they obviously didn't want to put the money in it. So when Amazon turns it down, no one else picked it up, even though there was a big push for it.
They need
All right, so here's the question: like, if I mean, like, you know, we don't need to relitigate, but if Rafe didn't decide to fan fiction it, gave us a somewhat, you know, honest interpretation of the books, would it have done better? And if it had done better, would all these subsequent projects be more likely to be successful? Would they be more funded?
It's the problem is, and Jansen can speak to this probably better, is that there's so much more that goes into the making of a show than is it doing well? Is it making money? Like we know a large reason why the Wheel of Time got canceled was one guy in the studio that was in charge of picking what shows got made didn't want to make the Wheel of Time. So that is why it didn't get made. It had nothing to do with it. Like it,
even though it's like Bezos, like is Bezos the, like, so part of me is just like,
he's not even
Bezos
involved.
has nothing to do with it. Bezos has nothing to do with it.
I know, but like just like you know, when it first came out, it was like wrapped up a little hints that Bezos was a fan, and this was his like little pet project.
I didn't know that. I never heard that.
I highly doubt that.
I highly
what we talked about this.
I never heard that.
If Jeff Bezos was even a 10% fan and liked it,
it would have
still be going right now.
Yeah, it would still be going right now.
Like, right now.
It would have had more of a budget than $70
if he liked it at
million.
all. Like, dude, these guys get what they want. Trust me.
Jensen, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Jensen.
Yeah.
So when you have like 10 or 15 years ago, when you had like where it seems like they were throwing more money at actors, you had people that were making $40 million a movie, right? Because people were going to movies. You had like Friends, they were making like $1 million an episode each and all that shit, right? If they had tried the Wheel of Time, I guess even 10 years earlier, would it have been more successful?
I think that it would have been more successful even if COVID didn't happen.
That's 100. I mean, like that's unequivocally true. Like the reason why season 1 did so poorly is because of COVID. If COVID didn't happen, season 1 was able to do exactly the way they planned, I think that the show would still be going today.
Yeah, I definitely do too. I think because I mean, every single time you think of the Shinarans riding those fucking horses, your heart drops. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. The worst thing I had ever seen. Yeah. It was horrible.
It was rough. The CG was rough. Know, but I mean, color in the one power was rough. The Barney having to leave leaving the show mid episode 5 was crazy.
Remember, Nynaeve died that episode. Was it Nynaeve or Egwin? One of them died.
I don't even remember.
They got sucked out. They got
Egwene manifested healing and
yeah. I honestly blocked that out. But like, if we want to talk about so like the goal here was to talk about the video game and the animated series.
Exactly.
So if they were to do an animated series and they were to do it in the style, it would have to be in the style of like either like Arcane is too expensive. I'm just going to be flat out. That's way too expensive.
Why don't we do the Origins? Why don't we just adapt Origins? We all liked Origins. That art was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, but that's the problem with that is every episode was a different artist. It wasn't one cohesive. You can't do every single episode as different art styles. No one's gonna watch that.
It felt pretty cohesive though. Like
I don't remember. Were they all different artists?
All different. Every single one of them. Yeah, every one of them. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, so
that's shocking.
Hey, look! I literally don't care if it looks like the fucking Smurfs.
Well, if they do,
lots of people do though.
If they do,
I would watch the Smurfs series. Blue of Time.
Yeah.
If they make this an animated series, I have a special guest I'm bringing on. who knows
Oh, yeah.
everything that he knows a lot about animated series. He has been a friend, and he is one of my teachers from class. His name is Michael Yurchek. He is 4 voices on Naturo.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
And he's
here's my audition film right now.
but yeah, no, he knows a lot, and I'm gonna start picking his brain more about this because he knows everything about these animated
Have
shows.
y'all seen oh shit, what's it called? The Mighty Nine. Vox Machina it's also on Amazon, show. Vox Machina.
My son Lex watches it.
I love that. It was a great show. We did a rewatch of it like about a year ago or so. But the animation.
Let's piggyback on that. Anime itself is really hot. Animation is really hot. My son, that's all he watches, and he's almost 22, and he's like, yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Circus. He's watching all kinds of just weird animated things because it's animated. I mean, this is what this generation digs.
So what should it be rated?
It can be rated
PG-13, I think.
PG-13, I think.
PG-13.
Because I mean,
I don't think there's a lot of violence in the Wheel of Time.
But you can get away with that. Yeah, you can get away with that with PG-13 because it's drawn.
The only thing, well, it doesn't even matter if it's drawn or live action. The only thing that pushes it into out of PG-13 is sexual content. And since there's a distinct lack of sexual content in the Wheel of Time, I think there's no problem with.
I mean, we start getting sexual content in Fires of Heaven.
Yeah, but not like on screen. It doesn't need to be on.
Not like on screen, and also we get killing of babies.
Yeah, they just cut stuff out. Stuff gets cut out to make it PG. I'm not saying they take the books and adapt them scene for scene. I'm saying they make it PG-13, and
the violence in cartoon. I mean, so there's a cartoon called Attack on Titan that is extremely violent, where these giants are like eating people, and it's on just regular TV because it's animated. So there is a difference between live action and animation.
Edit it on regular TV. They edit it for regular TV when it's on regular TV.
Okay.
No. Here we go. Glenn said they. Let's talk about killing baby watch. They killed a baby on BSG miniseries.
Yeah, not right on the screen though, and not super violently.
Like, I mean, if you remember in Game of Thrones, they did it pretty violently when
that was rated R though.
Yeah, that's true.
Or TVMA actually. It was TVMA.
Okay.
There's a really great documentary. There's a really great documentary on the rating system, by the way, just a slight off-topic thing. If anyone wants to watch it, it's called "This Film Is Not Yet Rated." It's from it's at least 10 or 15 years old, but it's fantastic. It's a really great documentary on like the inner workings of the MPAA and like stuff like that. It's about a director trying to get a movie made, and like he had such a hard time trying to get a movie made, and the bullshit that he went through, he was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm turning this into a documentary about having to deal with this bullshit. And then like created scenarios with scenes that he would submit to the MPAA to catch them on shit. Like, oh, you were okay with this other scene, but not this scene. And spoiler alert, if it's a woman enjoying sex, rated R, rated NC-17, rated TVM immediately. If it was a rape scene, no problem. Even if it was more gratuitous than the consensual scene. Yeah.
Wow.
That's gnarly. Also,
that's
what do you
not
call
even
it?
the smallest portion of how crazy that documentary was. But
it's funny also to think about like how these like norms have changed, right? Like Annie Hall, there's a scene where she's like in her underwear doing cocaine in her bra and panties, and that's PG.
Perfectly fine. Yeah, that's perfectly
but
fine.
that was like 30 years ago, right? But like
it's still PG today too.
It's more like 50 years ago, bro.
They're not doing cocaine.
I mean, dude, they do that on CSI, man.
They could. They
But that's
do
not
cocaine
rated.
on CSI. They do it on the
Hell
other show.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm an old fogey.
It's I know it's crazy. Trust me, when you actually look into why and what they rate different things, violence, no problem. Like you can have crazy amounts of violence and still have it as PG-13. It's when it crosses over into like gratuitous, like you can see someone's gut being ripped open and organs coming out, then it might go into R. But someone being cut with a sword and then falling off, a head being decapitated, can still be PG-13, no problem.
That's crazy. When we were kids, like we would watch like Platoon, and people are all fucking getting blown to bits, like blah 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 blah, like guts hanging out. But if like a woman like took her top off, my mom would be like, "No, you stop!"
Perfect
running
example
from the TV.
of the American morality.
Yeah, I was watching The Shining as a little kid, and I had to close my eyes because there were boobs. I'm like, The Shining.
not the elevator of blood or the dead lady in the tub or
the scary twins. I mean, the scary twins. I was like 8 or 9. Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Right.
But
I think Teflon Don, I believe you sharded last week.
Yeah, that might be. Like, we might be in anal leakage territory.
I know if it's your thing, that's cool. If not, like you kind of keep announcing like you want advice. My advice to you is to seek medical care.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think Donald Trump can suggest some adult Depends for you. That
Teflon Don. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. I imagine just all his chairs, just all the chairs, just it's like a mosaic, just like a truck stop mosaic. You ever go to a truck stop and you're like, how did poop get there?
So this is how my brain works. That just reminded me of one of my favorite lines from a movie. It's from A Bronx Tale. Has anyone seen A Bronx Tale?
Oh yeah,
I love one of my favorite movies.
Forget about it.
And it's so the main characters are kids mostly. They're like 14, 15, and they're introducing the kids, and the main character's introducing his friends, and one of them is called Coffee Cake. That's his nickname, Coffee Cake. And he goes, "Oh, why do you call him Coffee Cake?" And the camera looks at him, and he's got freckles, like solid, just freckle, like you can't even see non-freckled skin anywhere. And they go, "Look at him. It looks like someone held a screen in front of his face and threw shit at it." And I was like, Mike, that's your friend right there. That's your friend. That's your friends, though. Your friends. It's a New York thing, I think. I think it's a New York.
That's really funny because like a lot of like women are like literally getting like little tattooed like freckles. They want the freckled.
That's fun.
Face.
I have tattooed shit splatter.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, so
such a great movie,
so I mean, like, what stories do we think are being brought to life? If this whole thing comes through, like, what do we think the animated series is going to be?
Well, if it's an animated series and they really stay true to it, it's going to be, it's going to open up with a prologue called Dragon Mount. I mean,
you think they're just going to start over? Like,
I mean, and they're going to give, because if they want, because just like I said before, I was saying this to Ryan before, if they deviate from the story at all, the fans will destroy it.
Well, some fans will.
Yeah, and some of those fans will not even let up. I mean, you guys have seen some of the stuff people said about it.
Well, but if you deviate from the story that much, why call it the Wheel of Time unless you're just using the characters and the IP, right? But for a video game, you gotta have the one power. So let's talk about the one power here. Is this something that they're going to like learn? Will we have Angriol and shit like this, or what do you think?
So let me tell you at least what Larry Mandragon and Rick Selvig quite literally told me at Jordan Con.
I'm Larry Mandragon.
This was their vision. This was their vision of a game in 2009, I guess it was, at the second Jordan Con, or 2011. I don't remember. But it was one of those. It was Jordan Con 2 or Jordan Con 3.
Were they guests of honor?
No, they were just there.
Okay.
They wanted to make a Wii game where you played as a accepted in the White Tower doing your accepted test. And they wanted the Wii controller to be like, there would be an on-screen prompt of like a symbol that you would have to draw with your Wii controller.
Well, hold on. This sounds
that
awesome.
was the one power.
That's a lot like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
This sounds rad. The Wii shit actually sounds rad. Go on.
Well, it's an exact copy of how Harry Potter
Well,
on Wii functioned, but
okay.
Like that's not the one power though.
No,
that's not the one power. That's not how the one power works. That's not even one iota of the lore of how the one power functioned in any way.
Yeah, I think the game might be even better if I don't know. Have you played Skyrim?
Yeah.
I think you might have to pick a class and either be someone, and then the regular story goes through as you're in this world, and you come across those people. Like you can be a wolf brother, you can be, and you have to do things for your potential to be an accepted, to do more powerful things as a healer, or you'd have to pick a lot. It would have to be like that. That's how.
Well, there is a third option. Have you guys ever played any of the Telltale games?
Yes.
I hate those games. I don't like them.
Ooh, I like them. They're like choose your own adventure.
Well, they're very good. My daughter loves those games. So
I don't like games that are just like you pick a thing and then watch a cut screen. Like that's just me though. I know I'm not saying they're bad. They don't hold me. I've tried to play them. I've tried to play them with different genres and different things.
There's a game called Detroit that is like this, and I love that game too.
Detroit Once Human. Yep.
Yeah.
I tried playing that. Couldn't get through. I played it for about an hour and a half.
I can't either. Like I get bored.
I like it.
A lot of reading.
A lot of reading. I know you gotta. Your choices matter, guys.
Is that maybe the same people who made Heavy Rain?
All right, no, that's different. Speaking of choices,
this is exciting.
This WotCon guest of honor is Taylor Napier, aka Maxim.
That's exciting. I can't wait.
That's not Maxim, is it? No, isn't that?
Yeah,
that's Maxim.
I thought that was
who? Steppen?
Yeah. No, not Steppen. It's Yvonne's lover.
So there is a chance that Rafe might be going as the +1.
I could see it.
I actually doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, we don't know if they're even still together. Maybe this is him branching out.
They're married.
Like we definitely.
Oh, they are.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, then the dude could show up. Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
No. You think that Rafe is going in a non-professional way to a Wheel of Time convention? There's no way. There's no way, guys. He is not going. He may be staying in the same city.
I think that is the exact reason why he's going and them not announcing it. Like, because if they were to say Rafe is going to be at this small convention that usually only has 100, 150 people, 200 people, it's going to get people from all over the country going to just yell at Rafe.
Yep.
Whereas if Taylor Napier is the guest of honor and Rafe just also happens to be there, then that's better for him.
I mean, think about this, Dan. Think about this, Dan. We met one of Robert Jordan's relatives. What would he say if he knew that Rafe Judkins was going to be there? Remember how he felt?
Oh, he was not a fan.
No, at all.
What's his name? Brad Rigby? Jimmy Rigby? I don't know what his name was.
Something like that, yeah.
Like, look. I wouldn't fucking yell at the man. Like, whatever. I think, like, he, maybe if his priorities were different, or maybe he had more experience. I don't know why they even chose him. He had little to no experience.
I would ask him what exactly. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah. But I mean, like, if we were sitting at the bar and he wanted my honest opinion, I would tell him, and that's fine. But I'm not gonna fucking yell at the guy. I would never go out of my way. Like, that's bullshit.
I would just ask.
Okay, so would we be backhanding people? Would we be like, all right, get out of the way. Back, like, I don't know, like, would I be defending him if people start yelling?
I would. Because that's
that'd be
bullshit. You don't yell at somebody for shit like this. Like, this
No, you
isn't something
don't.
that you fight with somebody for.
Not at all. Not at all. I would actually defend him.
Yeah, you cannot like something that someone made and still be respectful and act like a human. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to walk by a painting that you don't like and scream at the artist, you know? It's,
yeah, and tear it off the wall. Like, that's
it's,
not how
uh,
things work. And
Yeah.
any fantasy being made and being successful is good for all fantasy. If this is the problem that always drives me crazy when people that claim to be fans of things shit all over projects when they get made, is that's only going to make studios not want to pick up things like this.
Exactly.
Because they're not, you know what? We can't make the diehard fans happy. And if the diehard fans shit all over it, it's going to stop new fans from coming in. So why even bother trying?
Oh gosh, how dare you? How dare you throw this on our shoulders? Come on.
I'm not saying
Tom,
you.
Tom, I mean, like, Brandon Sanderson just got like one of the biggest deals in fantasy history. Apparently, he got all creative control. He's literally addressing this.
But he got that for his work.
His work.
No, and you're
Not
right.
real time.
So, and it's going to be fascinating to fucking start consuming it and criticizing
will.
it because,
part of me,
it's
part of me
literally
hopes-
he's. Go on, Tom. Yeah.
I was going to say, I hope that this does well, and it shows not necessarily that you have to hire the author of the project to write the screenplay, but that you need to let the creatives be the ones that are in charge of creating the thing and not studio executives and things like that. Like, if a creative like Brandon Sanderson can come in, like, just because you're an accomplished author doesn't mean you're going to be able to write a screenplay. They're two completely different things.
No,
I wish I
absolutely.
knew
But,
who their,
yeah,
I wish I knew who their consultants were. I wish I was in a room so I could hear the consultant actually say.
Oh yeah,
that
I mean, like, look at Brandon Sanderson has been so successful over the last 10 years. That is why he was able to do this. George R.R. Martin couldn't do this.
No.
And the guy that holds the rights for Pern, what's her name's son? That the Pern show is now being made. The Dragons of Pern, like that whole thing. They're remaking that now. He doesn't have full creative control. No one has ever had this other than Brandon.
Yeah.
And it's solely because of his success as an author and his personal, like, outside of Tor, his success. Like, he's created his own publishing company.
So there you have it. He may be the only way, once this is successful, the clout that he is going to have and the connection that he has to the Wheel of Time, it may be that Brandon Sanderson is the only way that this actually happens the right way.
I don't know. I don't see him doing it, only because of how he likes to. And I'm not saying he wanted to distance himself from Wheel of Time. He wanted to do his own stuff.
Absolutely.
So, like,
absolutely.
I just don't see him doing it.
All right. So, Lord of the Rings, highly successful trilogy. Who is the director? Peter Jackson, right?
Not the show, though.
The story goes that he, in the writer's room, he wrote on like a chalkboard or whatever, "This is not about you." And he instructed his writers to try and make Tolkien happy. Like, their whole project was to create a show that's successful in this medium, but would make the original author happy. And that, I think, is the recipe for making a great show, because these are great stories. And if you think you're going to come in and write a better story on the backs of an already amazing story, that type of hubris is failing time and time again. It's not work.
That's not true.
They also can't make the same story on. They can't do it.
Yeah, it's impossible.
No, I know it's
literally
not about that you can't do it. It's that you have to omit things that you can't fit in, but you're still doing the fucking story. It's not an impossible math equation. These are just choices. They're choosing to modernize.
So, okay, hold on. Let's forget about changing. anything.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make somebody who is dead like something, you're never going to do that. That's an unattainable goal. So let's just throw that right out the window.
I mean, it's a metaphor.
I know,
Yeah,
but like,
obviously,
I understand. You stay true to the story. But if you've read the Lord of the Rings books and watched the Lord of the Rings movies, vastly different. Many changes.
Yeah.
And there were people that were just as angry about the changes that they made to Lord of the Rings as there were people that were angry about the changes they made to the Wheel of Time when the movies came out.
Tom, it's disingenuous to compare the two. The changes between Wheel of Time and Lord of the You just
Wheel
did.
of Time is unreal.
You just did.
Ryan brought up Lord of the Rings. I didn't bring
Yeah,
up Lord
you
of the Rings.
said you said a lot of people were just as mad as like. I mean, I just so. Anyways, go on.
How is it disingenuous? No. How is it disingenuous? I'm curious.
Well, consider one small thing that they can't do. There's one small thing that they can't do.
Because the changes weren't nearly as egregious. The changes were minor in the scope of things compared to the Wheel of Time. Sure.
Egregious to whom?
Egregious to the story.
But in whom's view?
In the view.
No, I just think it's a matter of scale. Like the common parlance is that Lord of the Rings is fairly just like seasons 1 through 3 are very like close to the books. There are changes, but
it's just like the
sorry. It's like that's the common understanding. Like Lord of the Rings is fairly faithful. There are changes.
They cut out about 30 years of time that passes in the Lord of the Rings.
They cut out. They didn't change. They cut out. They edited, they edited. They didn't change.
Okay, they take out. Say this. They take out the fact that Rand can't have 3 women fucking them all, and them okay with it. All right. Now, just as they take that out,
they just didn't get there yet.
Of course, but they're not. They weren't going to have that.
I mean, you can say that. We don't know that.
And here's the thing: they're not going to have that. Not in this day and age. With Me Too and all this, they're not going to have that. They're not. I know they won't. They will not do it, dude. They won't do it. They will not do it.
Yeah. We could speculate on that, but we don't know that.
It's fine. It's a small
they already.
Point.
But I mean, if you look at it, they already set it up so Min was not going to be anywhere near sleeping with Randall Thor. I'm telling you right now. And here's the other thing: when they do that, they got to figure out something else to do with those main characters, and that is when the fans come in and say that's bullshit.
I was fine with it as a fan.
I get it. I totally get it. So was I. But
so was a lot
we're not who they're trying to get though, because we're not where the money's coming from. It's the 10 people times us that they're trying to get the money from.
But it wasn't. But that's the thing. The people that were angry were a very small but vocal minority of fans. Every single episode of season 2 and season 3 when it came out, top episode of the week of every show beat House of Dragons, beat The Boys. It beat every single show.
It
every
did.
Week.
But they were not going to have Randall Thor with 3 girls, man.
I mean, you can say that, but I don't know.
No way. I mean, unless it was a different timeline and he broke up with them, maybe that's the only way. But they're not going to all be. He's not going to have 3 wives like he's like a pharaoh with concubines.
But it wouldn't be like a pharaoh. They were very evenly like in dichotomy of power. I think that they were going to end up giving him 2 wives and Min ending up with Matt with way things were going, and I was fine with that.
Yeah, see that blows my mind. Like,
see, that's weird.
See that already like that's not the story.
Huge changes. That's like
it could be the story.
What do we do? It's just like playing Risk.
Watch it
with the same
and see what happens.
Playing Risk. I like that, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I watched it and I thought it was whatever. But like,
well, so let me speak if I can. So Game of Thrones, we recognize as being very good, then kind of good, and then not very good, and then shitty. And the decline was as it branched off from the original story. If they
there was no story.
There absolutely is. It just didn't finish.
Yeah,
it just didn't have a conclusion. But
they passed where the books are.
Yeah.
So what do they do? Not make the show?
Exactly. And so this should have been a lesson that maybe the author itself indicated has the better idea.
This was show based, man. Game of Thrones. there was no way in hell they weren't going to try their hardest to have a conclusion to that, man.
Yeah.
It was too big of an
Right.
epic for them not to have one. They
And
had
it's considered a failure.
it
Not
was
because it deviated from the books, though,
Yeah,
but
it
because
was-
the writing was terrible.
it was horrible. But like they had to have
Yeah.
one, man. They
You can
had
have
to.
good writing and deviate from the books. They're
And
not,
that being
But
said,
but what I'm saying is the first 2 seasons were considered spectacular because they
They-
more or less stayed pretty true.
that's
What was going on
they
in the
didn't-
story?
They didn't stay true to the books as much as you think for the first
yeah,
two
there was,
books.
I know that they changed a lot.
Yeah,
I
but it
read
also-
like they changed a lot.
Which series of the 3 of the Lord of the Rings, of Game of Thrones, and of the Wheel of Time, which do you think had the most egregious changes to its storyline?
None.
It sounds
none.
like for you it's a toss-up. I think it's Wheel of Time by
I don't think any of
far.
them.
Far,
I don't think any of them are.
Far.
But you're using the word egregious, which means bad.
Egregious, meaning hubristic, meaning prideful.
Bad.
I mean, I think the biggest
I don't
flaw.
agree. I
See,
disagree
what I
with
didn't
all of
like
them.
about the Wheel of Time, I thought like the way that they used the magic and tried to change it was very bad for everybody.
In what way?
Mhm.
Just it was inconsistent.
Uh-huh.
It was like at one point, like you can save lives, and at one point you can't. At one
Oh
point,
yeah.
it was like, wait a second, where's the power level here? Like all of a sudden she has the power to heal an entire room of like 50 people, but it was just, it wasn't, the scale was very, very different. It shouldn't have, they didn't know what they were doing with that. And they tried to clean it up. They tried to clean it up, but it wasn't great.
I don't know if I would say they didn't know what they were doing. I definitely agree that weird death and healing thing at the end with Nynaeve and Egwene was dumb. I don't know what they were thinking there. But for the most part, like especially season 2 and season 3, once they were able to show weaves and the different differentiations of the weaves, they had a pretty cohesive way to show
better.
the one power.
It got better. I mean, they changed way
levels-
too much.
Yeah,
The
power levels on the other hand are hard to show because they're hard to show in the books too. The only way we get them in the books are the channeling characters describing the feelings they get from the other channeling characters.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can feel they're so strong. Oh my God, it dwarfs even this person who I thought was strong.
Yeah.
And then we know how strong they are. But like if a character was just like on TV, oh my God, I can feel that they're so strong. Like people would be like, that's dumb. Like,
yeah, they could have been a way for them to make that visual, because they did that even with,
They did.
you remember, they did that with Stargate.
yeah, no,
With the
did
guys
it.
coming out. They did that with Stargate. You could see the
Yeah,
power coming out.
they did it in the show. The way they did it was they showed people healing with
Yeah.
and how healing worked. And then they showed Nynaeve explode and heal everyone in a room.
Yeah.
That was how they showed it.
Yeah. And
Right.
they did so
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
TVs.
Let me. There is a live action movie coming out for He-Man.
But do we want to go back to talking about the cartoons?
Well,
And,
let
like,
me-
what a cartoon
me-
was, right?
If I can finish, let me finish my question first, and then we can ignore it and just go on. The He-Man itself is live action. It is a fantasy series. It is beloved by a lot of people, but it doesn't have a story. There is no He-Man story besides character development. There's a bad guy and a good guy, and that's it. And that's kind of the same thing with Marvel, right? Where there's good guys and bad guys, and there are stories, but you can do whatever the fuck you want with that, right?
Yeah,
And
but they do take from Marvel though. They take a lot of content from the
Okay.
actual stories.
Granted, I'll grant you that. But is this like what we should want from like the Wheel of Time or something like this, where it's
The Wheel of Time is not
like
a comic.
a tabula rasa? Well, House of the Dragon. Well, House of the Dragon.
No,
is written
because
about-
Randall Thor is not like Superman. Like Superman has a bunch of like different enemies that this day he had this, it's a story. It's not like a comic book where you're
Yeah,
gonna
and-
pick it up every week and find out a new story or something going on. Because
And
that
the
started
growth-
in the paper.
And-
Those
Exactly.
not gonna happen like that. This
No.
is
Rand's growth is the thing. All of the characters' growths are what propel people to continue to read. So if you threw someone on screen that's just fighting a bad guy a week and call it the Wheel of Time, I think that would be egregious, because that is where you lose the heart of the story and the soul of the story to just making something for money.
Well, I mean, obviously I was simplifying it, but if you had a Skeletor type Ishamael, and if there were like a Beastman and a Tila and like these other minions that were kind of forsaken, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a good idea at all. I'm not saying it's a good idea.
I'll bet you that the people at iWoT want that to happen so they can sell their like action figures and all that shit, but that would be horrible.
So my point, I guess, the long point is, do we just consider the Wheel of Time as like an old favorite horse that we can just leave in a pasture now, and it's just too hard or too whatever in order to kind of do it? Go ahead.
No, not necessarily. I like live action, yes, but if it's going to be picked up for an animated series, I think they could still do that. But live action, I just don't think there's no business interest in it.
You need $500 million at least to do this, man.
And we as a fandom showed all of the different streaming companies and studios that there was still a huge base of people that wanted to see this happen, and no one picked it up. So I think a live action Wheel of Time anything is going to be dead in the water for quite some time.
I mean, here's the thing for me.
But Dad,
they would have wanted to do it. They would have, if they can do One Piece, man.
Oh, One Piece was great,
and it looks fantastic. It looks great. And I watch these shows and I'm like, and they can't do the Wheel of Time. I mean,
it's because it's simple.
The Rings of Power.
The Rings of Power is bad though. No one likes it.
It's bad, but as far as the way that they did it and shot it and the way it looked was unbelievable.
Gorgeous.
You know, and it's like,
that was 400. That's what $400 million gives you.
$400 million. Yeah, exactly.
So check this out, and this kind of gets at the heart of like how I get discouraged during these conversations. Mama Garden, the 90 death scene made sense when you look at the behind the scenes about the makeup. You can see a difference. Blah blah blah. But once they did the color grading, all the difference was lost. And I'm saying like that's crazy thinking to me. Like that's like it's like I've been in bands, I make an album, and I'll be like, oh hey guys, if you'd only heard 2 mixes earlier when I did this shredding bass solo, but they muted it or blah, you know what I mean? Like that's
it's all that compression. You can't hear
why do we fucking care? Why do we even know this shit? It's like we're looking at the product, and if the product's good or not, then we can make a judgment. Like something about being a part of this fandom has skewed. It almost makes me want to find rationale for something I just didn't like. You know, it's like if it's not.
I don't think Moment Garden is saying that we should be okay with it. I think he's saying that there were things lost in the making of it that would have made it better. I don't think he's saying if you go and watch the extras, it makes it fine. I don't think that's what Moment Garden is saying. I think he's saying,
but. Okay, yeah, thank you. And then, like, if Nomagar was here, I'd just buy him a beer and we'd all be good. But like,
but we didn't. We never
these conversations are frustrating.
Right, to your point, we do make excuses. The fandom did make a lot of excuses for this product, and we still hear it. We're like,
Are we not counting season 1 in that?
We're counting all of it. There's a lot of excuses that were made. I mean, the Barney, the COVID. I heard COVID for a long time, and I'm like, well,
everything, any complaint you have about season 1 or the story of Matt is answered with COVID. So there's no like, it's not that it's happening again and again. It's the same answer.
But if I'm just a fan of a show and I'm like, oh hey, how do I rate the 3 seasons? I'd be like,
you're not just a fan of a show though. You're you. We're here talking about it.
Yes. No, and so
mean-
and I'm more critical because they changed my story. So like my hopes and prayers and dreams
that's
of
a
finally
you
seeing
thing.
my book come to life like didn't happen, and I
My
had to
thing is
address.
you have to dissect your personal feelings about it and look at
But
it
in
from a bigger
25
picture.
years, are people going to watch this and go, "Oh, well, there was that
this is-
COVID"?
In 25 years,
but they'll watch all 3 seasons and say, "Man, that show really got its legs in season 2 and season 3. I wonder why they canceled it."
That's one of the reasons why
Maybe.
Lord of the Rings also did so well. It was like 50 years before they did a movie after they was written. You know, it was a long time, I believe, maybe 40.
Very, very long time. I think
Very
it was
long
more than
time.
50 years.
Yeah, maybe more than exactly. So it's like those stories don't have the fresh minds that the Wheel of Time has.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, people. So many people were looking for failure. You know, they wanted this what they wanted, and you know we didn't get that obviously, and we never will get the exact story from the books on.
No,
we'll
it's
never
not
get
possible
that.
to do.
Yeah, we'll never, ever get that. So
so I guess it's just a limitation of like the medium, and I guess I have to lower my like expectations of what this medium can provide for
and
me.
like that's what I'm saying, a PG-13. So you said PG-13. You think they're gonna have Rand have 3 girlfriends with PG-13?
Yeah, as long as they don't show them all engaging in sexual anything. Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I love the hypocrisy. They'll give Perrin a wife and then kill her by stabbing her in her gut, even when she might literally be pregnant, and that's fine. But Rand having sex with 3 women you cannot show that. And I'm getting.
He never had sex with all 3 in the books either.
The hypocrisy is ridiculous.
No,
That's
like
just America for you.
Yeah. No, and it goes back to literally what we were talking about without even knowing it. Like we were talking about this whole phenomenon of like our mom getting in front of the TV when Boob's around. She's like, close your eyes, close your eyes.
And that also takes away entirely from Matt's character because there's how many scenes in the book where Matt is sitting there in his room with tits just sitting in his face?
Yeah, so many.
I mean, it's
Yeah, there would be no Over. Over is a boob man by far.
Yeah, he's a motorboat.
They would definitely have Over would be a number one. He would be a number one.
Over's like
he wouldn't. They wouldn't have a child touching sexually an adult woman. They can have him allude to things, and they can have.
You could have him mimicking Matt and saying,
exactly.
You know, they could definitely do that.
Exactly.
But yeah,
like if you want to look at first, I hate to just refer to it again, but the that documentary that I mentioned before, quite literally is they as much violence as you want almost, but as long as there's no positive sex scenes in it, like it could stay PG-13, and that's a truly just an American thing. Like if you look at UK ratings and like Japanese stuff, like. On normal Japanese TV, they will show straight up hentai, but they'll blur not even they'll blur literally just the penis and just the vagina, not like the whole area, just the penis and just the vagina will be blurred, but you can clearly see everything that's happening. And that's Japanese television, normal Japanese.
It's frustrating, isn't that, Tom?
Yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating. I really love my hentai, really especially when it's tentacle porn. Half the screen is freaking is blurred. It's crazy.
All right, that's hilarious.
But the
suck my sucker.
But the
suckers.
The idea, my problem is when people make definitive statements like the show is bad, fans hate the show. I am a fan, and you'd be hard pressed to find someone who's more of a fan than me. I quite literally have a character in the books. I've been to Robert Jordan's house. I'm on first name basis with his wife. I loved the show. I liked it. I have very few complaints about the choices that they made that weren't influenced by outside external forces.
No, and that's great. And I love that's a great point of view to have on our show. We don't often have someone being so positive. Jansen's always hoping we're going to be positive. But
listen, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying you guys are wrong for your opinions. You guys can have your own opinions about things. It's just when people make definitive statements, this is bad, they did bad, they're bad, they don't know what they're doing, they're not really fans. That's when I push back. That's the only time.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. All right. Yeah. To be honest, I do feel like when I say my feelings about it, like you are correcting me in a way that like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I get that, but that's why these conversations are difficult, because a lot of it's just like it just tastes like if we're like reading a book, do we like this chapter? What about it? Those conversations get muddied when I don't know. It's like there's like an underlying like I don't know emotional thing.
It's very
about
simple.
it.
You just say I don't like it. It wasn't for me.
My favorite chapter in all of Wheel of Time was the Road to the Spear, and I'm very happy that they did it justice.
Yeah, that was the greatest.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. So great. And there are things from the show that I objectively think were better in the show than they were in the books.
I do too.
The accepted tests, Nynaeve's accepted tests, fucking phenomenal. The ones in the books. Oh, the idea is that you're supposed to be escaping from these accepted tests where you want to stay, and you're choosing to instead go back to the White Tower. Except Nynaeve's first accepted test was being chased through a hedge maze naked by Agenor. Of course she's going to want to leave that. Like, test.
Yeah. See, I loved when what they did with, what's her name? Dansame, the Aes Sedai from the Age of Legends.
Yes.
I loved how they used her, and through that entire history, I thought that was brilliant. Like that brought so much more cohesion than it did in the book. I thought that was great.
And then seeing her at the end all old.
Exactly. Yeah. And she took the place of the two Aes Sedai that were, in Rhuidean with the test. But I thought it was great how they did that. That was awesome.
They alluded to it. The fans of the series who have read the books know what they're showing there in the same sense. And people that have no idea what's happening still get the same information that you got from the books, that there was an Aes Sedai, that they safeguarded these objects, that they brought them to this area, that they interned the people that lived there into guarding them and putting them in this city. Like, it's all the same information, just given
her skin looked like parchment. Like, exactly. It was great. It was. She
looked like, and they've already established at that point. Then I like to the viewer, even the viewer who wasn't a reader, that Aes Sedai lived for a very long time. It take them a very long time to show age. So
she was old. That was great.
Like, you could tell how much time had passed. Like, they did a lot of stuff great with the show. There was stuff that they didn't do great with the show. But there are that's true for every TV show that's ever been created, including Game of Thrones, including There's things I like about Rings of Power.
I liked some stuff. I liked a little bit.
Oh yeah, the set design, the casting, the acting was great. Just the writing is just so bad.
It was bad. Yeah, it wasn't
so bad. Like, or at least I didn't like it, and most people don't. It didn't make that much money. It got less viewers every episode than Wheel of Time did. Like, it was just objectively, ratings wise, not great.
And like, it's so this is fascinating. Compare that to the recent Night of the Seven Kingdoms, right?
I don't know how well that did, actually. I'm curious.
It's not doing bad. I know it did better than they thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's doing great, and it's slow. It's slow as fuck. Which I don't mind. I love that shit. Like, I
loved every episode of that show.
It's character driven. It's dialogue driven. The sets are still immersive.
Oh yeah,
everything's very subtly done.
It did very well. It hit every episode hit records.
Yeah, it did really well. Like,
and that's fascinating because Lord, whatever, the Rings was like super slow too.
Guys, I am so sorry. I just found out it was 8:30. I need to go.
Oh shit!
We gotta go.
It's late. It's
all right.
late.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Right. This was an awesome talk, guys. I love all of you. I hope I see you very soon.
You too, man.
Have a good week, Jansen.
You and Wonder Man. That was fucking awesome, bro.
That was great. Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a great night.
Later, man.
That's Trevor, right?
Wadaholic Aussie got it. He understood the assignment.
All right.
I love seeing your naked legs.
That's a rarity. Normally he saves that for the behind the paywall.
Oh.
Speaking of the paywall, we do have a Patreon. We do have YouTube membership. But yeah, because we do this shit ad free now. So if you want to support it, that's a great way. We have merch. If you want to buy your Bella t-shirt,
Get a Bella t-shirt, guys.
have at it, Haas. Brother Dan's going to be performing Watch Mary at JordanCon this year.
Yay.
Hell to the yeah. I wish I could make it. Maybe next year. Fuck it. Tom, do you have anything to promote before we leave?
I got we're rewatching the Star Wars Clone Wars season 2 and 3 on our Monday 9 p.m. Eastern rewatches. I got a different guest every week. This week we have a someone I met as a guest at Multiverse Con, which is also in Georgia. Happens in October every year. Fantastic convention. If you enjoy JordanCon and you can get to Georgia or live in Georgia, Multiverse Con is also a lot of fun. Very similar to JordanCon. And we also have Patreon, and on our Patreon, even the free tier membership. So I encourage everyone to follow even at the free tier, because we do book clubs. Right now we're reading The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Bullman. And when we're done with the book club, we're actually going to interview the author of the book with the book club. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So there's a lot of fun, a lot of stuff that we do with that. And video games. We have a video game, even for the free members, video game servers that we host for games like Minecraft, Enshrouded, V Rising, Satisfactory, 7 Days to Die. Lots of open world survival RPG games, because that's the games that I like to play a lot.
Awesome.
I think that's it.
Good job, man. That was off the dome.
Yeah, I'm bad at it. That's why, there's probably so much more. Yeah, Noman Garden has been he really enjoyed this book. I'm really excited to chat with him about it when we do our book club meeting at the end of it.
All right, Daughter's War. Okay,
is the next one. That's the next one. And apparently, he's the second book in this series is coming out soon, this month, I think, or maybe it came out already. I'm not sure.
Fuck yeah. All right, everyone, this has been great. Tune in next week. We might be doing philosophy. We might be not. No,
we definitely are. We're talking to Jacob Held again.
Is that next week?
That's next week.
All right. Next week we have Jacob M. Held, the editor and author of Wheel of Time and Philosophy. He had a great appearance about a month ago, so it's great. We're going to talk about his second chapter he wrote. Don't want to
about free choice. It's their choice to make. Rand's vision of free will and evil.
All right,
that's really cool.
Amazing. All right, well, hey everybody. Until next time, run for your lives. This is the way of the Leaf.